Imagine you build a successful, beautiful business that is profitable. And this business is your baby. It brings you joy. This is your soul alignment. This is the most joyous thing that you ever had in your life. And then you hit dry spell after dry spell. And the problem is with the dry spells is that you just don't have enough time. You can't figure out quickly enough how to bring back cash flow into your business to make it profitable again, to get customers again. And you have to make executive decision, either sell something else that you don't want to sell or go and get a job, get 9 to 5. And this is the reality, the harsh reality that a lot of entrepreneurs are facing right now. And what surprises me, a lot of business strategists, a lot of business coaches are awfully quiet about it. I've only heard one podcast episode from another coach who had to go back to work and who was absolutely transparent about it. The journey, the soul journey, the psychological journey that she had to go through going back to work. She is a physical therapist who used to own her own clinic, and she now had to go back and work for someone else. A CEO who used to have a clinic, who used to run retreats, who used to run joyous business, joy first, lifestyle business, has to go back and work for someone else. And I want to break it down something for you. In this episode, I'm going to give you practical steps what to do. If you're in this situation, you are not alone. You're not a failure. I'm going to break it down to you from a spiritual perspective, and also I'm going to break it down different types of entrepreneurs that are there so you can identify who you are or where you're at in your elevation journey as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. Where do you belong, or where do you want to? Who do you want to be? And that will determine your path forward. Now, I also want to address the whole return back to 9 to 5 because it is also not linear, just like entrepreneurship is not linear. And we're going to unpack it all together and drive back home what to do right here, right now, so you have aligned actions with your business right now and the support that you need right now without spending thousands and thousands of dollars on another coach that may or may not work. Okay, so first of all, I would like to normalize the fact that entrepreneurship is not linear, and unfortunately, we lose more than we win. And when we win big. And I think we also so small-minded in our small business online space where we think, oh, my coaching business is not profitable. My coaching business is not working. I must quit. I must go back to 9 to 5 and I'm a failure. Woe is me. What if you build a company that is multi-million-dollar company and it goes out of business? Imagine yourself in that position. Woe is you. And what do you do after that? Either you reinvest the money that you made and just live happily ever after, or maybe you run very small, fairly profitable business, or you just figure out how to move money so money start working for you. Or you go back to 9 to 5. Whichever works. So instead of woe is me, I would like to unpack this. Like, first of all, going back to 9 to 5 is not a defeat, is not a failure. And there are two ways people go back to 9 to 5 because they have to. They have to pay rent. And they go through extreme financial hardships. And there are successful entrepreneurs who run businesses for X amount of years, and they go through extreme financial hardships. And there are successful entrepreneurs who run businesses for X amount of years, and they go through extreme financial hardships. And there are successful entrepreneurs who run businesses for X amount of years, and they go through extreme financial hardships. were profitable and simply figured out, like, you know what, the best option for me at this level of my expertise, at this level of my business, is exit back to corporate and serve somebody else. And this is perfectly fine. Now, on the spiritual level, why it is happening to you? We talk about manifestation. We talk about spiritual alignment. We talk about soul alignment. And like, okay, I can manifest the business that I like. Now, I'm very much into spiritual psychology and awakened awareness. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. Before you scroll, before you get irritated, I invite you to reflect on this. When the Creator, and this is what I read in the Bible, this is what I find in the wisdom of Kabbalah, when Creator is calling you up for greater destiny, your current vessel has to be expanded or destroyed so you can have a new vessel. Like if a Creator wants to deliver extreme amount of power and energy to your light bulb, right? If you don't have the correct vessel to reflect the light bulb, it will be exonerated, right? It will be destroyed. And then another vessel has to be created. This is, by the way, how the whole universe, without diving into Big Bang Theory and how planets are created, right? Like the stars, the moon, the earth, like everything that we see around us, these are vessels to reflect the light of the Creator, including the sun. And if a vessel, if a planet or a body receives too much light and not able to hold it, not able to reflect it, that body is exonerated by the sun, by this light energy, right? And we have seen it before. This is what nature is teaching us. The same thing for our destiny. Sometimes we have to destroy what is not working to find the path that will work for you. And maybe finding the path back to 9 to 5, it is for you. And this is not a failure. Maybe the reason you are going through those hardships is to elevate your identity as an entrepreneur, for you to elevate to the next level. Because there are 4 levels of entrepreneurship in terms of the mindset. This is something that I notice. So there are people who are entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs, like they want to run a business, they play entrepreneurship, but like have you seen those like marketing where people post generic content? Maybe it is an inspirational quote. Maybe it is a heavily ChatGPT manufactured content, because it is so easy right now to manufacture content with ChatGPT, and you don't even have to think. And on the soul level, I deeply believe that the words that we write contain our soul energy, and I can feel, I don't know how I can feel it, and it's not M dashes, but when content is created and generated by ChatGPT, even if it is done with a thought, I can feel it, that the partially energy is gone, because when somebody is texting me, I can feel what they feel often. This is what I call awakened awareness. This is where we tap into Dr. Miller, a clinical psychologist who wrote Awakened Brain. And so it's her life work. And throughout her work, she proved that we have a neural network in our brain, throughout our brain, that is responsible for spirituality. And awakened awareness is when we see synchronicities, serendipities, and when we receive the signs and the downloads from God, from universe. So she has done the research. And by the way, the Awakened Brain book is an amazing book. And like, I'm so happy that another clinical psychologist has actually done the research on that. And this is something I'm diving deeper and deeper into my work, clinical psychology and awakening awareness, spiritual psychology, where we can connect human psychology, human potential, and spirituality to find a aligned path. So, 4 levels of entrepreneurship. So, and the one entrepreneur is the entrepreneur who maybe not quite awakened to the problem that they're solving. Like they're mimicking, they're writing empty content. The second level of entrepreneurship, and like this is a very unique group of entrepreneurs, and it might be ruffle some feathers here and there. Spousepreneur. This is what I mean by spousepreneur. A person at the executive level, extremely burned out by corporate. They hate corporate and they quit their corporate job. And normally they have a spouse who is either like a software engineer or another executive. They make really good money, or a medical doctor. And they had this conversation. Hey, listen, I can't do this anymore. Like, what if I start my own thing? Let me try to run my business. And they quit their corporate and like they start their self-discovery journey. Let me put it this way, because it is not quite business. And normally, like this is creation of the vessel. This is beautiful creation of the vessel. Normally they have expertise. Let's say tech executive, sales executive, brand strategist are like, you know what, let me just be like a copywriter because I love writing. Again, they confuse their passion, the problem that is out there. They're so in love with a solution that they want to provide that they don't look at the problem, what problem they want to solve, and the most profitable audience that can buy and so like that need that problem right here, right now. They're not quite there yet. We're going to talk about entrepreneurs because and this is what entrepreneurs do. We're obsessed with the problem and with the audience, how we solve a problem. And I'm jumping ahead a little bit, okay? Spousepreneurs, this self-discovery journey, they're really into their hobby. Eventually, that hobby, maybe they go into a lot of retreats, to a lot of masterminds, to a lot of coaching programs. Either they get upset with every single coach that they work with. Nothing is working. Coaching is not working for me. And they go back to 9 to 5 in a better way. Maybe work with a startup that brings them joy and happiness. And they're wonderful entrepreneurs. Because with the skills that they learn in entrepreneurial journey through masterminds and self-development, they can bring it to another level. So took a break, went back to corporate in one way or another. Is okay. Or they started businesses. They elevated their consciousness to the level that here's the problem that I can actually solve. And these are the people who are looking for a solution, and here's me, who is delivering this solution. This is elevation of the vessel, by the way, spiritually. This is the awakened awareness when they put 2 and 2 together and they found their path. Beautiful. Another group of people, and this is a very unique group of people. And another group is self-employed business owners. Here's what I mean by that. The therapists, consultants, they quit their traditional 9 to 5 and they provide operational services. They are, I don't want to say stuck in operations, but they stuck in client delivery. And this is a tricky situation for a lot of business owners. I actually had a client. We had a really a tough conversation when my client got amazing results, right, with the coaching container, in terms of sales. And they came to me for sales specifically and made $24K in 1 week. After that, we had a really serious conversation where they had to make a decision whether or not they want to get stuck in operations constantly. And it was actually better for them to go back to 9 to 5 versus scaling into agency or scaling into more of feasible offer fast enough that they would generate predictable revenue. But also, like, I know a lot of happy self-employed business owners, and there's nothing wrong with them. Absolutely nothing wrong with being self-employed entrepreneur. Beautiful. You can be self-employed entrepreneur, but it's not quite necessarily like entrepreneur. You do your 9 to 5 work without manager. So this is the third level, right? First level, entrepreneur, not quite aware how to run business, not quite aware what problem they want to solve. Like they just post and probably have 9 to 5, right? Spousepreneur, like this is very unique journey, right? When they have the luxury and support from their family where they can just go on self-exploration journey. Self-employed entrepreneurs, and I know self-employed entrepreneurs who were going on this journey forever, and entrepreneurs. It's a blessing and a curse, because a lot of entrepreneurs, we see a problem and we want to solve that problem. And also, like, we have a blessing and a curse of multiple vessels, living multiple vessels in our lives. And now he built a bigger vessel, acquisition.com, where he acquires other vessels and expanding other vessels, like, and who knows what next iteration is going to be like. So how do you handle this, right, situation? First of all, grieve. Allow yourself to grieve and process emotions. This is challenging and it sucks. And also it can be an invitation for you from the creator. Explore another path. And when I say another path, it doesn't mean that you just have to work 9 to 5. Another path, another business, another offer, another audience, another business model, another industry. It can be 9 to 5. Maybe you are born to be number 2. Work for someone else in business and entrepreneurship, not in your traditional 9 to 5 bullshit, but in beautiful, high energy, high delivery environment where you can deliver amazing results and be number 2, and you work for someone else, or you work alongside you. Maybe you are an integrator. You're working with another business owner. You help them to run their business. That's a dream job. If you ask me, would I want to be entrepreneur or entrepreneur, this number 2? I actually don't know. I like entrepreneurship, but it's a blessing and a curse, and it is a journey of going through multiple vessels. And the painful process of going through multiple vessels is that before you get stronger, more massive vessel, you have to let the old vessel die. And you have to let the old vessel die gracefully. It happens. Release. And accept your feelings. Accept where you're at. And tune in into your awakened awareness where the Creator is taking you. Now, if you are on a journey where you are looking for a job, you might want to look into, like, it's one of the things is, like, you start running away from a profit. Let's say you were in tech, like a software developer, a software like executive, like whatever, you were making really good money. you went to entrepreneurship, and let's say you are not going back to tech, you're picking up survival jobs because you know what, like my business is going to work. When my business is going to work, I won't need this job. I just need to pay my rent. If you are in this situation, let me tell you, don't run from your abundance. You're not going to work yourself into golden handcuffs. Golden handcuffs can happen to you at any level in your business and in your career. You can start running a business that is not aligned with you, that is actually sucking all the energy and life, out of your family, out of your soul, out of your spiritual vessel, and you hate your business, but you sell what you sell because it is selling, because it is golden handcuffs. Golden handcuffs is a mindset, and it's not the destination. So go get your money. If you possess the skill set that can make you money in corporate world, go get your money. Put your resume in a way that will emphasize your experience in entrepreneurship. If you need help with your resume, I can do one-off sessions. I can do one-off programs for you if you need support with that, because my first offer was career coaching offer for software engineers, and I know career coaching space really, really well. And it doesn't have to be just getting back into a job. It might be like just having a mentor who will guide you through this uncertain times when you have to get a job, but you want to build your business. And make a decision. Make a decision. At the end of the day, make a decision. Put a priority. Put a long-term priority for your life. Is building a business a priority for your life and for your season right now? Do you want to build a business? And if you want to build a business, put it on the priority ladder. This is my priority. This is where my life is going. And also, put priority that are important right here, right now. Okay, right here, right now, I need to get a job so I don't go homeless. I can pay my mortgage. I can support my family. I can provide for my family. But also, like, I'm not going to let this short-term goal consume my energy entirely. I'm going to dedicate limited amount of energy to this goal to get a job, because you're not going for a career. You're not chasing another career goals. For you, it's like to get a job to sponsor your business, to sponsor your dream, to sponsor your destiny. You got a job, and then you focus on your business. And by the way, you never tell on your interviews that you're focusing on building your business like this. This is why you need to work with a mentor who will actually like this. And when you are in this situation, you don't need a business coach. You need a mentor who will provide you emotional support and help you to regulate nervous system with the right strategy for the right season, right? Because a lot of entrepreneurs, they go into a job and they're like, I built this successful business and this is the work of my life, and now I need to get a job. So give me a job so I can build my business. And like interviewers are like, what the hell? No. But if you position it in a way that you will say, hey, like, I built successful business. I had a team. I had X, Y, and Z. And by the way, it is totally aligned with what your business is doing. I realized I would rather work for someone else rather than build my business. I would like to utilize my expertise at your company. That would be an honor to grow and help you build with all of my experience that I got in entrepreneurial world and bring it here right now. Totally 100% dedicated. Yes and amen. And don't put your hand on the Bible. Thank God they don't do that. It's a joke. All right. Listen, that is the reality. Short-term goal, like, what do you want to do? Like, decide what you want to do. You want to build a business. This is the goal. And you need to get a job. Get a job. Limited amount of energy, limited amount of effort to get a job that sustain you. and build your business. And never share your higher goal with your temporary goal. Mind your business. All right, listen. If you are in this season where you need support and where maybe you need to recalibrate, I have recalibration sessions available. So on my recalibration sessions, and it's 90 minutes. It is 90 minutes to like a one-on-one working with me, where we can decide what we're gonna do next. And this is your profitable decision, right? And to get pushed for the next 30 days, treat it as a diagnostic call with a clear call to action, what you need to implement in the next 30 days to get you on the most profitable path. And then after 30 days, you can make a decision, first of all, you will get a data. Second of all, you will get profitable push for the next 30 days when I'm supporting you through DMs and emails. And after that, you will get so much clarity that you will know where to take your business further. Either 9 to 5, if you are in this space and build your business, or maybe you need to just adjust your messaging in a way that will actually make a profit push for your business and move you further and further away in your business where you don't have to make sacrifices. Because again, lean into awaken awareness, because life is a journey and life is happening for you, not to you. All the details, how to get connected with me, how to work with me, are in the description below. I do have coaching containers where people need 3 months, 90 days profitable push. We work every single week and super hands-on. Check it out in the description. And I do have a year-long container where we work together for an entire year when I help you to sell and build the way you love, the business that is aligned with your soul and with your destiny. Until next time.